Good evening and welcome to day 11 of Bedtime Yoga for better sleep. In this evening's practice, you might benefit from having a blanket for a couple of poses. A pillow would be the same, just for comfort. And if you have a yoga block, have one close by. It's not necessary in the poses, but you might find it useful if you want to go into quite a deep stretch. So we're going to start a little different this evening. If you'd like to, bring yourself up to a dangling pose. So you're going to unfurl. Lift your hips up, stand up onto your feet, halfway lift with a really big inhale. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, get really long, and bend your knees, and dangle over the legs. So your feet are set about a hip's distance apart and parallel to each other. Your hands, with a generous bend in your knees, might rest on the floor. You could put that blanket there, or you could use a block or a book under your hands if the floor was a long way away. And relax your neck and your shoulders. Just let your head be heavy. Take your breath low down towards your back, to your low back. Feel it fill up the entire back body. Let go of some tension as you exhale. Again, soften your neck. And if you want to go a little more here, you could rest your hands in its opposite elbow crease. If you feel tension creep back into your neck, you start to lift your head up and back. Just keep letting it go. Some people really like to sway in this pose too. You can add that if it feels good. Just let the weight of the head gently stretch out the back of your body. And release your hands if you did put them in the opposite elbow. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Now your blanket could come in useful here. We're going to pop the heels up onto the blanket and come into a yogi squat for a moment. And I know this can be a very challenging pose for many people. So if it feels too intense as you start to go down for your knees, you've got options. You could sit on the floor and pull your knees in. You could pop your bum on a block. It's one of my favorite versions of yogi squat. You could do as I did as we went in and pop your heels on the blanket. That might be enough. And if you're comfortable without any elevation in your heels, feel free to take yogi squat with the feet flat. Hands pressed together lightly with the elbows inside of the knees, and just move your head around here, stretching either side. Just moving intuitively. Now walk the hands forwards. Now you might transfer your blanket to being underneath your knees for comfort. Rest your hands under your shoulders and take some cats and cows. Belly down, inhale and look forwards. Exhale and round, chin towards your chest. Scoop the tailbone towards the backs of your knees. Inhale and arch your entire back. Stretch your front out. And stretch your back as you exhale. Another time. Put the weight more into your left hand. And bring your right fingertips to the side of your head with your elbow out wide. On your next breath in, try and lift that elbow up a little bit. Spinal twist, looking to the side of the rim. Pausing here. It can be difficult in this one, so do what you can. No force. Remember to breathe. Release your right hand down. Bring your left fingertips to the side of your head with your elbow wide. On your breath in, start to turn, open. Breathe, Yogi, you're doing great. And let's release that too. I recommend moving the blanket out from under you, and we'll come down to lying down flat on our fronts. And setting the shoulders, didn't mean the elbows under the shoulders. The shoulders under the elbows will be odd. Elbows under shoulders in Sphinx pose. We're here this evening for the quad stretch to release tension from the front of the hip flexors. So we'll bring the left arm across at a diagonal or directly across the mat and reach your right hand for your right foot and pull it in. If this is a bit tricky for you to reach or it feels really intense, lie flat and see whether that makes it more comfortable. So either lie flat and pull a foot in or prop up in Sphinx. And if this evening the foot just feels out of reach, enjoy Sphinx pose. It's a wonderful pose for your upper back, even without pulling the foot in. You are extending through the front of the body. Even though it's evening, we might feel a little slouchy in the shoulders if you're tired. Just give a little lift, a little bit more space, and release the right foot. Repeat the same thing on the other side. Bring your right arm across you for balance. Bring your left hand to your left foot and gently pull in. And if this side feel a lot of intensity, lie flat and support your head, or let go of a foot and focus on your Sphinx pose. A little press down of that left hip into the ground, just for the last breath or two. And release your left foot. Carefully press your way back up and into table. Walk your feet and your knees in a little. And round your back into cat pose. Relax your neck again. Hold your cat pose here with the rounded spine, middle back lifted, navel lifted. One more full breath. Make your way to a seated position. And once again, your blanket can be used for comfort here as you prop yourself up onto it. And this evening, we'll come into a cross-legged seat with the right shin in front of the left. I mentioned having the block close by. You can have that if you have one. It's okay if you don't. And this evening, your other option, if you wish, is to come into firelog, which is the right shin on top of the left. Now, if this feels really bound up, stay in a cross-legged position. If you have a bit of a gap like me, that's okay. If your right knee can rest directly down on the inner ankle, let it do that. And sit up tall, coming into firelog or cross-legged hip stretch. And we'll take this into a side stretch this evening. So left hand's going up to the ceiling and coming over the top. Now, if you want to use your block, you can have your right hand on the floor, or if you want to use your block, you could pop your right forearm onto it. Any height there for support. And we'll come up and lean forwards for a few breaths. If the flexibility is there, if you've got a lot of gap between your knees and your ankles. Either stay upright or shift into a cross-legged fold. If you're able to fold without any discomfort, again, that block can be nice just to give you support, but is entirely optional. If you're a little high for using the block, support yourself with your hands and your arms. Let go of some tension from your shoulders and your jaw. And we'll come up. Do a little switch. Stretch your legs out for a moment. Give them a wiggle if you need to for your hips. And we'll switch the right foot in first and the left shin in front. So remember, cross-legged seat is awesome. And so is firelog. So either one of these two. Firelog, keep your shins pretty parallel to the front of your mat. It's tempting to kind of pull everything in really close. Keep your feet out near your knees and your shins parallel to the front of a mat, if you can. And if you have lots of gaps, you might choose to go for a cross-legged seat, a little bit more comfortable this evening. Or you can let your knee rest on your ankle if that's possible. Right hand goes up to the ceiling and over the top of you. And you breathe. You can use your left hand to support you. You could place the left forearm on a block at any height. Let go of some of this tension around your right waist and low back. And come up and into your fold. So if you have some gaps, sitting upright might be intense enough. If you feel comfortable folding, feel free to fold. Make this pose work for you this evening. And you can support yourself, forearms on the block, head on the block. Rise up. We're going to stretch the legs out into straddle. So feet wide. You might need a moment to just get the knees and the legs back out there. And we'll turn towards the right foot. Take a deep breath in, square yourself towards the right foot. And as you exhale, you can start to fold. So I find this slightly elevated position on the blanket really helps me to be comfortable in a fold, especially last thing in the day when I'm looking to be less intense. You can have a soft bend in your knee too, that can feel really nice. And just stop at that first feeling of sensation of stretch. Let this be easier than you might usually. Close your eyes and focus on your breath as it comes and goes. Calming the breath, calming the body. And perhaps the mind will follow suit. You can rise when you breathe in. Turn towards your left leg. And as you exhale, start to fold out. Any amount is good, Yogi. Remember, a soft bend in the knee might be welcome this evening. Eyes closed. Riding the wave of your breath. Use your next breath in to rise up. Slide your feet in to a comfortable cross-legged position. Sitting tall, rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears when you breathe in. And roll them all the way down as you exhale. Let go of your day. Follow the exhale all the way out to completion. And linger in the unforced pause at the end of the breath. Rest your hands together. Take one more full breath in. And an easy breath out. Thank you for joining me this evening. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this Bedtime Yoga for Better Sleep class. For a whole month of Bedtime Yoga, be sure to check out the series. Until next time, good night.